Beyond its religious and political significance, the Vatican is also an unparalleled repository of art and culture. Its museums house masterpieces from antiquity to the Renaissance, a testament to the enduring power of human creativity. Yet even amidst this dazzling display of artistic genius, whispers of hidden meanings and forbidden works persist. The Vatican's art collection was not assembled by chance. Each piece was carefully chosen, often commissioned by popes and cardinals, to convey specific messages about faith, power, and the Church's role in the world. Vatican City, a name synonymous with religion, power, and mystery, a place where ancient history and modern influence collide. The smallest country in the world, nestled within the heart of Rome, is a treasure chest of secrets. Surrounded by towering walls, it stands as a testament to centuries of knowledge, intrigue, and faith. But beyond the grandeur of St. Peter's Basilica and the artistic marvels of the Sistine Chapel lies a hidden world. What secrets are held within the Vatican's impenetrable walls? What stories do its ancient stones tell? Behind the facade of religious piety and diplomatic formality, whispers of conspiracies, hidden truths, and forgotten relics echo through the ages. The Vatican has witnessed the rise and fall of empires, shaping the course of Western civilization. Its influence has extended far beyond the realm of religion, touching the lives of emperors, artists, and ordinary people alike. Within this sacred city-state, a labyrinthine network of archives, libraries, and museums safeguard priceless artifacts and documents. These treasures hold the key to unlocking mysteries that have captivated historians, theologians, and conspiracy theorists for centuries. From ancient manuscripts to Renaissance masterpieces, the Vatican's collection is a testament to the enduring power of human creativity and the enduring allure of the unknown. But what else remains hidden from view? This is a journey into the heart of the Vatican, a quest to unravel its most intriguing secrets. We will delve into the shadowy corners of its past, explore its hidden chambers, and uncover the truths that lie concealed beneath layers of time and tradition. Prepare to be captivated by tales of intrigue, power, and the enduring quest for knowledge. Let us begin our exploration of the Vatican, a place where history and mystery intertwine. The history of the Vatican is a tapestry woven with threads of faith, ambition, and political maneuvering. From its humble beginnings as a burial ground for St. Peter, it has evolved into a global powerhouse, wielding influence in both the spiritual and secular realms. Emperors have knelt before its pontiffs, and kings have trembled at its pronouncements. The very stones of the Vatican seem to whisper tales of clandestine meetings, papal plots, and struggles for power. Imagine the lavish courts of the Renaissance popes, where art and faith intertwined, and the patronage of the Church nurtured the talents of Michelangelo, Raphael, and Leonardo da Vinci. Picture the clandestine meetings of secret societies, their whispers echoing in the dead of night, plotting to shape the destiny of nations. The Vatican has been at the center of it all, a silent witness to the unfolding drama of human history. But beneath the surface of opulence and grandeur, whispers of scandal and corruption have also circulated. Tales of the Borgia popes, notorious for their ruthlessness and decadence, still captivate the imagination. The shadowy figures of assassins, spies, and secret agents lurk in the Vatican's long corridors, their motives shrouded in mystery. These are the stories that intrigue us, the whispers of forbidden knowledge and hidden agendas that have tantalized historians and storytellers for generations. The Vatican's history is a testament to the enduring power of belief, the intoxicating allure of power, and the secrets that lie hidden beneath the surface of even the most sacred institutions. Today, the Vatican remains an enigma, a place of immense wealth and influence shrouded in secrecy. Its vast archives, rumored to stretch for miles beneath the city, hold countless documents that could rewrite history. Ancient texts, papal bulls, and correspondence between popes and kings lie locked away, their contents known only to a select few. What secrets do these documents hold? What light could they shed on some of history's most enduring mysteries? The Vatican's secret archives, despite their name, are not a repository of dark secrets or sinister plots. They are, however, a treasure trove of historical documents meticulously preserved and guarded by the Church. Access to these archives is strictly controlled, granted only to scholars with impeccable credentials and a compelling reason to delve into the Vatican's past. Even then, only a fraction of the collection is ever made available for study. What treasures lie hidden within these impenetrable vaults? What insights into the past await discovery? The very existence of these restricted archives has fueled countless conspiracy theories. Some believe they contain proof of extraterrestrial life, while others claim they hold the key to unlocking the true nature of reality. Whether these claims hold any water remains to be seen. One thing is certain: the Vatican's hidden secrets continue to fascinate and intrigue us, offering a tantalizing glimpse into a world beyond our everyday experience. Join us as we venture behind closed doors and explore the mysteries that lie at the heart of the Vatican. To understand the Vatican's secrets, we must journey back to its origins. Unlike nations forged through conquest or revolution, the Vatican's birth was a gradual evolution, intertwined with the rise of Christianity itself. Our story begins not within grand palaces, but amongst the humbler Roman hills. Here, according to tradition, lay the burial site of St. Peter, the apostle crucified during Nero's reign. This ground, sanctified by martyrdom, became a place of pilgrimage. Over centuries, a necropolis arose, tombs clustering around Peter's supposed resting place. With Constantine's embrace of Christianity in the 4th century, the landscape transformed. Over Peter's tomb, a magnificent basilica was built, a beacon of the newly favored faith. This was no mere church, it was a statement of power, solidifying Rome as Christianity's center. Yet the Vatican was not yet a state. For centuries it remained under the sway of various rulers, caught in the tug-of-war between popes and secular powers. The papacy itself was not the stable institution we know today, often embroiled in controversy and vulnerable to outside pressures. It was not until 756 AD, with the donation of land by Pepin the Short, king of the Franks, that the papal states were born. This act, a mixture of piety and political calculation, granted the papacy temporal power over a swathe of central Italy. The Vatican Hill, with its burgeoning religious significance, became the heart of this new dominion. From these turbulent beginnings, the Vatican grew in both size and influence. Fortifications rose, shielding the Pope not just from spiritual threats, but also the very real dangers of invading armies and ambitious nobles. The Vatican became a refuge, a symbol of the Church's endurance during the tumultuous Middle Ages. Within its walls, a unique society flourished. Monasteries and libraries were established, becoming centers of learning during an era when knowledge was often scarce. The papacy, though not without its flaws, played a crucial role in preserving classical texts, fostering scholarship, and shaping the intellectual landscape of Europe. The Vatican's relationship with art also blossomed during this period. Churches and chapels were adorned with breathtaking frescoes and mosaics, testaments to the faith that pulsed within the city's heart. The papacy, recognizing the power of imagery, became a patron of the arts, commissioning works that would inspire and awe generations to come. Yet, amidst the spiritual grandeur, the Vatican was not immune to the darker currents of the age. Power struggles within the Church, corruption and even violence were not unknown within its walls. The papacy faced challenges from within and without, its moral authority tested time and again. The Renaissance ushered in a golden age for the Vatican. Popes such as Julius II and Leo X, driven by a potent mix of piety and ambition, sought to transform the city into a showcase of artistic and architectural splendor. Their vision was to create a Vatican that would reflect the Church's renewed power and prestige, leaving no doubt as to its central role in both the spiritual and cultural landscape of Europe. This ambition found its ultimate expression in the rebuilding of St. Peter's Basilica. Under the guidance of masters like Bramante, Raphael and Michelangelo, the old basilica was torn down, replaced with a structure of breathtaking scale and magnificence. The dome, Michelangelo's crowning achievement, soared above the city, a testament to human ingenuity and the glory of God. But the Renaissance was not merely a period of outward grandeur. The Vatican Library, founded in the 15th century, swelled with ancient texts and manuscripts collected from across the known world. This treasure trove of knowledge attracted scholars and humanists, eager to delve into the wisdom of antiquity. Yet this era of artistic brilliance and intellectual ferment was not without its shadows. The sale of indulgences, intended to finance the rebuilding of St. Peter's, sparked Martin Luther's protest and the subsequent schism within the Church. The Vatican, once the undisputed center of Christendom, now faced a challenge that would forever alter the religious landscape of Europe. Today, the Vatican stands as a unique entity, a blend of ancient tradition and modern influence. Its palaces and museums, repositories of priceless art and artifacts, attract millions of visitors each year. Yet behind the gilded facade, the Vatican remains a place of secrets, its true nature obscured by layers of history and guarded by a tradition of secrecy. Deep within its bowels, hidden from public view, lie the Vatican's secret archives. This vast repository, spanning centuries, contains documents that chronicle the papacy's intricate relationship with power, politics, and faith. Letters from kings, treaties signed and broken, papal bulls excommunicating heretics and crowning emperors, all are housed within these silent chambers. Access to the archives is strictly controlled, granted only to a select few scholars who undergo a rigorous vetting process. Even then, only a fraction of the collection is ever made available, its most sensitive secrets remaining shrouded in mystery. What truths lie buried within these documents? What light could they shed on historical controversies, papal scandals, or the Church's role in shaping the course of Western civilization? The very existence of the Vatican secret archives, with its aura of intrigue and inaccessibility, fuels endless speculation and conspiracy theories. It is a reminder that even in our modern age, some secrets are deemed too powerful, too potentially damaging to be revealed to the world. Few places on earth hold such an aura of mystery as the Vatican's secret archives. Hidden deep within the Vatican's walls, they are not merely a collection of old documents, but a vast repository of history, intrigue, and power. Their very name evokes images of shadowy figures, whispering secrets in hushed tones, guarding knowledge that could shake the foundations of the world. Founded in 1612 by Pope Paul V, the archives were initially intended to centralize the Church's ever-growing collection of documents. Over the centuries, they have expanded to encompass an estimated 53 miles of shelving, containing millions of documents dating back to the 8th century. These include papal bulls, letters from monarchs, treaties, financial records, and even trial transcripts from the Inquisition. While the archives are no longer strictly secret, that designation was dropped in 1881 by Pope Leo XIII, access remains tightly controlled. Only accredited scholars with letters of recommendation and specific research proposals are granted entry. Even then, they are only permitted to view a small fraction of the collection, and photography is strictly prohibited. This air of secrecy has, unsurprisingly, fueled countless conspiracy theories. Some whisper that the archives contain proof of extraterrestrial life, hidden gospels that contradict church doctrine, or even the true location of the Holy Grail. While such claims are often dismissed as the stuff of fiction, the Vatican's reluctance to fully open its archives only adds fuel to the fire of speculation. No discussion of the Vatican's secrets would be complete without mentioning the Inquisition, a dark chapter in the Church's history that continues to cast a long shadow. Established in the 13th century to combat heresy, the Inquisition quickly gained a fearsome reputation for its brutal methods, including torture and execution. While the Inquisition operated throughout Europe, its heart lay in Rome, where the Congregation for the Doctrine of the Faith, formerly known as the Holy Office, held sway. This powerful body, answerable only to the Pope, oversaw the Church's fight against heresy, wielding its authority with ruthless efficiency. The Vatican archives contain countless documents relating to the Inquisition, including trial records, accusations of heresy, and even confessions extracted under duress. These chilling accounts offer a glimpse into a world of religious fanaticism where dissent was met with swift and brutal retribution. The methods employed by the Inquisition remain a source of controversy and debate. Some argue that the Church was justified in its actions, defending the true faith against dangerous heretics. Others condemn the Inquisition as a brutal instrument of oppression, used to silence dissent and consolidate power. The Vatican's own stance on this period has evolved over time, acknowledging the excesses of the past, while maintaining that the Inquisition served a necessary purpose. Beyond its religious and political significance, the Vatican is also an unparalleled repository of art and culture. Its museums house masterpieces from antiquity to the Renaissance, a testament to the enduring power of human creativity. Yet even amidst this dazzling display of artistic genius, whispers of hidden meanings and forbidden works persist. The Vatican's art collection was not assembled by chance. Each piece was carefully chosen, often commissioned by popes and cardinals, to convey specific messages about faith, power, and the Church's role in the world. The grandeur of St. Peter's Basilica, the intricate mosaics of the Ravenna chapels, the awe-inspiring frescoes of the Sistine Chapel, all serve to inspire the faithful and reinforce the authority of the Church. However, not all art within the Vatican's walls conforms to the official narrative. Whispers persist of a hidden collection, tucked away in secret vaults, containing works deemed too controversial or even heretical for public display. These might include paintings depicting alternative interpretations of biblical stories, erotic art deemed offensive to modern sensibilities, or even works by artists who later fell afoul of the Church. While the existence of such a collection remains unconfirmed, the Vatican's history of censorship and its control over its vast art holdings lend credence to the rumors. The possibility that masterpieces of art deemed too dangerous for public consumption lie hidden beneath the Vatican only adds to the allure of this most secretive of states. Section 4. The Vatican's Lost Library, Ancient Texts and Untold Stories. The Vatican Library, with its vast collection of manuscripts, books, and incunabula, is a testament to the Church's role in preserving knowledge throughout the ages. Yet, even amidst this treasure trove of human thought, there are whispers of a lost library containing texts of unimaginable antiquity and power, hidden away from the prying eyes of scholars. The legend of the Vatican's lost library dates back centuries. Some believe it was founded by Pope Nicholas V in the 15th century, intended to house texts deemed too dangerous for the main collection. Others claim it predates even the Vatican itself, containing scrolls and codices rescued from the Library of Alexandria before its destruction. The contents of this lost library, if it exists, are the subject of endless speculation. Some whisper of lost gospels, offering alternative accounts of Jesus' life and teachings. Others speak of ancient grimoires containing forbidden knowledge of magic and the occult. Still others believe it holds the key to unlocking the secrets of alchemy, time travel, or even immortality. While the Vatican has never confirmed the existence of a lost library, the persistence of the rumors, coupled with the Vatican's history of secrecy, continues to fuel the imaginations of historians, conspiracy theorists, and dreamers alike. The possibility that somewhere beneath the Vatican, hidden behind locked doors and guarded by centuries of tradition, lies a collection of texts that could rewrite history, remains an irresistible and tantalizing thought. Section 1. The Holy See and the World Stage. A balancing act of faith and diplomacy. While the Vatican may be geographically small, its influence on the world stage is anything but. As the seat of the Catholic Church, it commands the spiritual allegiance of over 1 billion people worldwide. Yet the Vatican is also a sovereign state, the Holy See, engaging in diplomacy with nations across the globe, navigating a complex web of political alliances and ideological divides. The Vatican's diplomatic corps, renowned for its discretion and expertise, operates through a network of nunciatures, equivalent to embassies, in over 180 countries. These diplomats, often multilingual and deeply knowledgeable about both church doctrine and international affairs, represent the Holy See's interests on issues ranging from religious freedom and human rights to conflict resolution and humanitarian aid. The Vatican's moral authority, rooted in its spiritual leadership, grants it a unique position on the world stage. It can use its influence to condemn violence, promote peace, and advocate for social justice, often taking stances that transcend political expediency. For example, the Vatican has been a vocal critic of nuclear weapons, human trafficking, and the persecution of religious minorities. However, this moral authority also presents challenges. The Vatican's stance on issues like contraception, abortion, and same-sex marriage often puts it at odds with secular governments and even some within the Church itself. Balancing its role as a spiritual leader with its diplomatic obligations requires a delicate touch, navigating a constantly shifting geopolitical landscape while remaining true to its core values. Section 2. Vatican City and the United Nations, an unlikely alliance. The Vatican's relationship with the United Nations is a study in contrasts, a testament to the complexities of its dual role as both a religious institution and a sovereign state. While the Vatican holds permanent observer status at the UN, denying itself a vote in the General Assembly, its voice carries significant weight in international forums. This seemingly contradictory position reflects the Vatican's unique position in the world. It seeks to influence global affairs not through political power or military might, but through moral persuasion and the promotion of dialogue. Its representatives at the UN regularly address issues like poverty, climate change, and interfaith dialogue, advocating for a more just and peaceful world. The Vatican's engagement with the UN has not been without its critics. Some accuse it of hypocrisy, pointing to the Church's own history of colonialism and its handling of internal scandals. Others question the effectiveness of its moral pronouncements, arguing that they often fail to translate into concrete action. Yet the Vatican's presence at the UN remains a powerful symbol of the importance of dialogue and cooperation in a fractured world. Its willingness to engage with diverse perspectives, even those it fundamentally disagrees with, serves as a reminder that even the most intractable conflicts can benefit from open communication and a shared commitment to finding common ground. Section 3. Modern Mysteries of the Vatican. Unsolved Crimes and Papal Conspiracies. The Vatican, for all its sanctity, is not immune to the darker aspects of human nature. Behind its aura of holiness and tradition lurk shadows of intrigue, whispers of scandal, and the lingering spectre of unsolved mysteries that continue to captivate the public imagination. One such mystery is the disappearance of Emanuela Orlandi, a 15-year-old Vatican citizen who vanished without a trace in 1983. Despite numerous investigations, countless theories, and media speculation implicating everyone from the mafia to a plot to destabilize the papacy, the case remains unsolved. Emanuela's fate continues to haunt the Vatican, a stark reminder that even within its walls, darkness can lurk in unexpected corners. Another enduring mystery surrounds the sudden death of Pope John Paul I in 1978, just 33 days into his papacy. The official explanation, a heart attack brought on by the stresses of office, has been challenged by conspiracy theorists who point to inconsistencies in the Vatican's account and rumors of foul play. Was John Paul I, known for his humble demeanor and reformist leanings, a threat to entrenched interests within the Vatican, his death orchestrated to silence him? The lack of conclusive evidence only fuels the speculation, adding another layer of intrigue to the Vatican's already enigmatic history. These unsolved mysteries, whether rooted in criminal acts or the machinations of powerful figures operating in the shadows, serve as a reminder that the Vatican, for all its spiritual aspirations, remains a very human institution, susceptible to the same frailties and capacity for wrongdoing as any other. As the world enters a new era marked by rapid technological advancement, globalization, and a growing secularization of society, the Vatican faces the challenge of remaining relevant to a changing world while staying true to its ancient traditions. Can this bastion of faith, steeped in centuries of history and tradition, adapt to the demands of a rapidly evolving global landscape? Pope Francis, the first Jesuit pontiff, has signaled a willingness to embrace change, emphasizing a more inclusive and compassionate church focused on social justice and environmental stewardship. His pronouncements on climate change, economic inequality, and the plight of refugees have resonated with a global audience, particularly among young people. However, the Vatican faces internal resistance to change, with some within the Church clinging to traditional doctrines and hierarchical structures. The Church's stance on issues like contraception, same-sex marriage, and the role of women in the priesthood continues to alienate some, while failing to address the needs of a changing world. The Vatican's future, like its past, is shrouded in uncertainty. Will it embrace reform, becoming a more inclusive and outward-looking institution, or will it cling to tradition, risking irrelevance in a rapidly changing world? The answers to these questions will shape not only the future of the Catholic Church, but also the Vatican's role on the world stage and its place in the hearts and minds of billions. Our journey through the Vatican's hidden corridors, both physical and metaphorical, draws to a close. We have peered behind the veil of secrecy, explored its rich history, and confronted the enduring mysteries that continue to swirl around this most unique of states, from the shadowy depths of the secret archives to the diplomatic chambers where the Holy See engages with the world. The Vatican remains a place of contradictions, a blend of ancient tradition and modern influence that defies easy categorization. The Vatican's power, it seems, lies precisely in this enigmatic duality. It is a place where faith and politics intertwine, where art becomes a language of power, and where whispers of scandal and intrigue echo through the centuries. It is a place that inspires both awe and suspicion, drawing millions of pilgrims and visitors each year seeking spiritual solace, artistic inspiration, or perhaps a glimpse of the secrets hidden beneath its carefully constructed facade. As we have seen, the Vatican's history is not a simple tale of piety and benevolence. It is a story of power struggles, political maneuvering, and the very human failings of those entrusted with upholding its sacred mission. The whispers of scandal, the unsolved mysteries, and the lingering questions about its role in shaping the course of history only add to its mystique. Yet, for all its flaws and contradictions, the Vatican remains a symbol of enduring faith, a place where people from all walks of life come to connect with something larger than themselves. Whether one views it as a beacon of hope or a relic of a bygone era, its presence in the world continues to resonate, prompting reflection, debate, and an enduring fascination with its hidden depths. The Vatican's legacy is as complex and multifaceted as its history. It is a legacy woven from threads of faith and art, diplomacy and intrigue, power and vulnerability. It is a legacy etched in stone and marble, preserved in ancient texts and whispered in hushed tones within the Vatican's walls. The Vatican's influence on Western civilization is undeniable. For centuries, it has been a patron of the arts, shaping artistic movements, commissioning masterpieces, and preserving cultural treasures that might otherwise have been lost to time. Its libraries and archives hold a vast repository of human knowledge, offering glimpses into the minds of popes, kings, and philosophers across the ages. Beyond its cultural contributions, the Vatican has played a pivotal role in shaping the moral and ethical landscape of the world. Its teachings on social justice, human dignity, and the sanctity of life have inspired countless individuals and organizations to work for a more just and compassionate world. Even those who disagree with its doctrines on specific issues often acknowledge the Vatican's moral authority and its commitment to promoting dialogue and understanding across cultures and faiths. However, the Vatican's legacy is also intertwined with darker chapters in its history. The Crusades, the Inquisition, and its role in colonialism have left scars that continue to shape perceptions of the Church and its role in the world. The Vatican's handling of internal scandals, particularly those related to clerical abuse, has further eroded trust and raised questions about its commitment to transparency and accountability. As the Vatican navigates the complexities of the 21st century, it faces a crossroads. The world is changing rapidly, becoming increasingly interconnected, secular and skeptical of institutions seen as clinging to outdated traditions. To remain relevant, the Vatican must find a way to balance its ancient traditions with the needs of a rapidly evolving world. Pope Francis's papacy has ushered in a new era of openness and dialogue, emphasizing a more inclusive and outward-looking church. His focus on climate change, economic inequality, and the plight of migrants has resonated with a global audience, particularly among young people disillusioned with traditional power structures. However, the challenges facing the Vatican are significant. Internal resistance to change, the rise of secularism, and the ongoing struggle to address past scandals continue to cast a shadow over its future. Whether the Vatican can successfully adapt to the demands of a changing world while staying true to its core values remains to be seen. The Vatican's next chapter is yet to be written. It is a story that will be shaped by the choices made by its leaders, the evolving relationship between faith and the modern world, and the enduring human quest for meaning and connection in an increasingly complex and uncertain world. Will the Vatican rise to the challenge, embracing reform and becoming a beacon of hope and unity in a fractured world? Or will it cling to the shadows of its past, its secrets and contradictions, ultimately obscuring its message of faith and compassion? Only time will tell what the future holds for this most enigmatic of states. One thing is certain: the world will be watching, eager to see what secrets the Vatican chooses to reveal, what path it forges on the world stage, and what role it will play in shaping the spiritual and moral landscape of the 21st century and beyond.